Okay, next we're going to go into preparing a balance sheet. And first I want to go into the balance sheet information here. A balance sheet reports where your major accounts are on a particular date. So just on at the end of the month or end of the year. You have current assets section of your balance sheet. We haven't talked much about current assets yet, but current assets are your assets that are going to be used within the year, like a year or less are your current assets. So you have your assets, and then if they have a contra account that reduce them or adjust them, then those are calculated to have your book value over here of your accounts receivable in this case. So these are just adjusting your accounts receivable account here, and that is your accounts receivable balance over here, your book value of accounts receivable after the allowance for uncollectible accounts is taken out of there. The plan assets are your assets that are depreciated. They are going to be used for more than a year, such as in this case we have two categories that they use are office equipment and store equipment. Again, the first number here are the balance, but minus the contra account of accumulated depreciation reduces your office equipment balance to the book value of your office equipment, which is $11,221 here. So then your next section is your liabilities. Again, current liabilities are the ones that you'll pay within the year. In this case, they don't have any longer term liabilities in this section. You're going to end up paying those within the year. And then you have your stockholders' equity section, and we talked about the balances that and updating your statement of stockholders' equity is where you're going to get these new balances from. Your balance of your statement of stockholders' equity, your new balance of capital stock, your new balance of retained earnings is your new balance of total stockholders' equity. Again, your assets should equal your liabilities and your equity here, in this case, stockholders' equity. One of the major differences in the owner's equity section of the sole proprietorship versus corporation is this owner's equity section. If you remember back in the sole proprietorship, it'd be capital minus your drawing plus your net income, or subtract your net loss as your new capital account. In this case, we've done that with the statement of stockholders' equity, and your new balances are reported here. One thing that you do want to prove is, like, as always, your assets equal here. So I have a double line equal your liabilities and stockholders' equity here and double row there. When you're done with the balance sheet, these two numbers should be equal. Also, along with the balance sheet, you might have a supporting schedule, it's called, for your for more information. So a lot of times corporations just give a broad picture of what your assets look like, what your liabilities are, but a supporting schedule is sometimes referred to as a supplementary schedule. In this case, they're asking for two supporting schedules, a schedule of accounts payable and a schedule of accounts receivable. And we've done those before. What those are is listing out each of the accounts receivables and their balances that should equal the controlling accounts receivable in the general ledger. And we'll go over these audit your understanding questions later. I'll have you read through those and answer those on your own here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to give you an example of the balance sheet. Maybe if I can find it here. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've done this before, so I'm going to have you go through and, you know, I'll probably have you, well, it's gonna ask you about the balance sheet more than the last one you did was more on the income statement. So use a balance sheet, an example in the book, and answer the questions about whether it's a current asset, a planned asset, a current liability, again, meaning that you're going to use them or pay them within the year. Long-term liability, is it a stockholder's equity or basically is not on the balance sheet? So for example, cash is a current asset, petty cash current, accounts receivable current, allowance for uncollectible accounts is. So list your assets and then or go through and list these and see how you do and compare it with on the in the book here as far as you just got a glimpse of what those look like. Okay, so the accounts for the balance sheet are obtained from what source? You're not getting them from the income statement. You are going to get some of them from the statement of stockholders' equity, and you are going to get some from the adjusted trial balance, and that is pretty much it. And an assets-related contra account balance is deducted from the assets balance to determine your book value. Of the following, which account should receive a double rule? Total current assets, total assets would have a double rule at the bottom. Remember, your total assets equal your total liabilities and stockholders' equity. And I pointed out that those should equal in the end and prove that those are equal. Of the following, which amount should be equal? Again, total assets should equal total liabilities and stockholders' equity. Let's see how we did there. I'm not pretty sure that's where. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go to the next step again. Make sure that when you get a balance sheet done, that your assets equal your liabilities and your stockholders' equity, and then you know that you're in good shape. Okay. So this is Superior Corporation again. This is the balance sheet. And this is just the date on a balance sheet because the accounts could change every day. So it's not for month ended or like for year ended like most of them are. Okay. So we're going to start off with your current assets. And then this is supposed to be current assets here. I guess we're going to go with assets there up top here. So then you're going to get these balances from your adjusted trial balance. We have 43,000, 43,355.47. Petty cash is 200. Accounts receivable is 16,305.45. And then you're going to do less, because it's a contra account, you're going to end up deducting the allowance, which is 2484.22. And then you're going to get your book value of accounts receivable here. So we're going to deduct those two. Just a second here. I got 13821.23. Probably a good idea to check me. Okay, so then go ahead and put all these other assets in there and then come back to me. I'm going to pause that. Okay, so then what I want you to do now is total all of the assets, the current assets, and then you're going to put down here total current assets. So it shows you up here. I wanted to show you this, I guess, text selection list. It'll tell you what it wants there. So total assets, total current assets, and then it'll go down from there. So if you have doubt about what you're going to type out there, but yes, let me unpin this here. So total all of your assets here, and then put those down there, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now we're in the liabilities section, so we'll go liabilities. Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta finish our assets section here. So we're under plan assets here yet. Okay, so our plan assets, remember, we're going to be longer assets. We're going to have them longer than a year, and they're going to be depreciated, like under depreciation. So we're going to find out the book value. Okay, so I'm going to pull this balance down here so I can look at it. Okay, so if you pull those down, office equipment, is 19,916.14, and then we're going to less accumulated depreciation. It's going to reduce our asset 12,436.20. So we're going to subtract those two. So 19,916.14 minus 12,436.2 is 7,007 94, and then store equipment is 47,318.49 less accumulated depreciation of 16,626. Okay, so we're going to subtract those two. So then I get 30,692.49. Okay, and so then we're on to total plan assets. And then we're going to add those two together to get our total assets here. Okay, move that out of the way.